Welcome back to Ship Happens. So we've got a problem. We can't continue with the work under the beam shelf because we found an extra beam that needs replacing. So we thought under the wheelhouse we just had this beam to change and this little side one, but actually there's a beam on the back bulkhead that we didn't realise at the time because it's hidden by so much mess, and that isn't looking the best either. So that's the one that needs changing as well. But on the starboard side, this bit of beam shelf that isn't finished is stopping us replacing this back beam. So we need to get that extended all the way down here and further along into the engine room, where the planks there have already been changed, so we haven't got any planks to do.
I'm just removing all the temporary plywood that we keep taking on and off. It's quite useful really. Alright, so our beam shelf finishes down there somewhere. So as Gemma said earlier, we need to extend it a little bit so we can put some beams in. There's no point in putting the beams in before the beam shelf, because there'll be no shelf to put the beams on, will there? Right, let's have a look. Well, I don't think Gemma's going to like walking along here either. We've really narrowed the walkway. How many pumps are you doing?
I'm going to just give you 3 for now.
3 pumps.
So we've got a bit of a problem. Yeah,
on the dregs?
Yeah, we're on the dregs, so it's got to be very, just enough, but no wastage.
We had loads of ooze?
No, just the right amount.
Glue's like toilet paper, isn't it?
Yeah.
The more you've got, the more you use. I mean, you haven't got much.
One sheet does plenty.
One sheet. Right, let's get some steering action going on, Gem. Oh, look at that.
I like working out here on the edge.
Must admit, down these side bits here, it's as Gemma said, it's just an awkward place to work, and it's potentially like 40% dangerous.
Do the end.
Let's do the end.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's it.
Should have got a hammer, shouldn't I?
No, you got hands. That's what hands are for.
Oh, beautiful usage. Right, now it's getting a bit tricky, isn't it? So we need to do the beam on the back of this bulkhead, but you look at the planks on the other side as well. They're a bit rotty. So we've got all of our workbench there. So I think we need to sort of have a tidy up, get everything off the wall and fully assess this back beam.
Because we were just saying off camera, it'd be a shame to not change them beams, considering the rest of it's going to look like what it looks like forward.
Well, the end of it is rotten.
The end of it's rotten. We could put an end on it, yeah. But yeah, it's got to look badass on it. Right, so as Gemma said, shelves off, clear as much space we can, and then see how we change this beam on the bulkhead. A little more intelligent. You need pretty good eyesight to see through these things. Right, so had a tidy up. Done it look beautiful. Right, so we've been having a debate. So this beam needs changing. But there's also, I'm going to call them planks, but they're on the bulkhead. Right in the top corner where it's actually had water and grass over the years, they need changing. So that's our prime objective at the moment. We're going to repair this bulkhead in the top corner. The piece that the bulkhead attaches to, there is poorly, so we're going to have to do a repair on that. We've already done that in the fuel tank room. So once we've done that, then we can focus on the beam. So I think what we need to do now is go and open up the deck at the top, and then we can start working from the top and the bottom at the same time. Right, so we're going to remove some deck around there. I think that's the right place. So sure, if it's not, Jem will start shouting, "Stop!" Right, now just made this dodgy as anything up there. Don't come up there, Jem. So it turns out that bit of deck there was doing quite a bit. It's not doing very much now. So I think I need to take out quite a big bit of the deck, and then we can sort of repair it a little bit. Good? Yeah, I don't want to. Right, so that's a fine mess we've got ourselves into, isn't it? Right, so I think my next job now is going to start removing these planks until we find some good plank on the inside, because obviously we're double diagonal, we've got some planks going that way, and we've got these planks we can see here going this way. So yeah, start taking those out. Well, that cut a bit easy, didn't it? Right, so I think we'll change one more. It was a bit like that. Does it need it? Doesn't need it. We're here now, aren't we? Doing it. So we'll put one more out, and then we'll go on the other side, and then we'll see where we're gonna join the planks on the other side. And just like that, the waste is gone. It's amazing how much crap you like accrue into it.
Yeah, we have bags and bags and bags and bags of rubbish everywhere. We haven't had any water for ages, so we can't get rid of it.
You should see what Whistling Diesel does every time he like destroys a car. He gets it mulched and sells it as merch. What are you doing?
Check and see if I'm going to die.
That's good, eh?
Yeah. So just check and see if this has got anything going to it. Oh, there you go.
26.9.
So obviously we won't lick it. We just want to make sure we don't touch the actual two ends together and short it out. So I'll get rid of all this, but I'll tape them up and make sure they don't touch.
So they even put calico between the planks on the bulkhead. Obviously because they wanted to keep the bulkhead watertight if the bow was flooded.
So I'm just trying to get all the little nails out. So the ones I can use on the claw hammer, I'm using the claw hammer. And if not, I'm using the mole grips to get them out.
I think we'll leave Gemma to this tedious job. Right, so I think now we'll start cutting up some of these bulkhead plank things. Right, I've made a little cutting list. Probably won't mean anything to you. Gemma's making me wear a mask because I'm working inside cutting a Roco. Right, so let's cut these up. Right, that's the angle cut. Now what we need to do is the parallel cut because they all sort of vary from 120 to 118, so we'll cut them.
So we've got a problem. So all this plank material is planks for the outside, and the outside planks are 15mm. We've just come to start fitting all the new ones that Simon's done, and these ones are a lot thinner by that much. So these are going in at about what, 13mm?
Yeah, these planks here, for some reason in my head, it's
Thought they'd be the same.
Same stock. It's the same pile of wood that they would have been used on the yard.
I've sanded these though, so I could have sanded a few mil off them.
No, I've just measured that as well.
So the thing is, now we haven't got a plane, unless it's a hand plane. Or do we take these back to the workshop now and run them all through the planer?
Okay. Well, I've also got, we need to make some other parts.
We need to make some beams, because we've got no beam to put on this one.
No. So should we head to the workshop?
Looks like that's going to have to happen, isn't it? To the workshop! Du-du.
Right, we made it to the workshop. Let's make some parts.
So the big thick longitudinals that we're going to replace, we're not going to spend the time and laminate them because we're sort of on a time crunch. We're going to use this big block of Iroko.
That colour. So considering it's only a tiny little bit, it's not bad.
So they're done until the final finishing touches on them when we go to the workshop. So next we've got to laminate up 2 more deck beams.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
Not your legs.
2, 3.
Gemma is selecting her wood that she would like to look at for the rest of her life.
I'm making sure the bottom of the beam, which is the one that's like the one that we always see, is obviously a nice piece of wood, and I like the pattern, and it's not got no little, see like there, it's a little bit rough. So that's fine for when it's like in a laminated joint, but visually at the bottom. I don't want a little rough piece of wood.
You're looking for a beautiful piece, aren't you?
Yeah, I want it nice and hard and straight.
So we've got them all laminated now. Gemma's just doing a clean up. Looking good. Do you reckon we use too much glue?
Better too much than not enough.
Hopefully this is the last beam we've got to glue up for a long time, because might look glamorous being covered in glue with rubber gloves on and stuff, but it's actually quite boring. Isn't it, Jeff?
Yeah. Well, it's definitely the longest full beam that we need now for a while, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we go, that's the second beam done. So now we need to plane them all up and get them all nice and smooth.
Got little razor blades in it. Well, let's clean this up a tiny little bit, and I'm going to stick it through the planer.
There we go, back on the boat with the supplies we need. So it due rain today, so we've put a quick shelter up so we can continue to work here. So before we put the planks on and they get in the way, I'm going to sand all the beam shelf back. Right, are our planks the right thickness now?
I don't know what they're going on now, anyway, aren't
Okay, go on then.
Right, so we've got the planks here now, so we're going to start building it, but we're going to have to put like one on this side, one on that side. We're going to have to like, I don't know, you know what I mean. And we're going to be putting them in with some temporary screws, because they're going to be glued and screwed, and then the temporary screws will come out once the glue goes off. So, right, let's get to fitting these bulkhead planks. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
We know nothing about boats, do we? But we know they go together, so that's the important part. Put me off.
Don't glue my face.
Right, so we don't need stupid amounts on this, do we?
Come on.
Okay. Right, so yeah, can you see roughly where you need to screw?
Yeah.
So we'll just put one or two in it. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a bit nervous actually. Where he's screwing. I'd be thumb against him. I haven't got a clue where Gemma's screwing, so he could have just gone straight into me thumb, couldn't it? But... So has that gone home now?
Yeah.
Okay, right, yeah, so they're not too long then. Okay, so whereabouts roughly do you think you are?
What?
On the screw? Oh, you just put one in it, have we?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to put one lower
No, I've
down?
got two.
Okay, do you want to put one lower down as well? Yeah?
Got 3 in that one now.
Awesome. Right, that's pretty solid, man. So obviously when the glue goes off, it's like, it's not going to go anywhere, this, is it? Right, so number 4. Get your hair out of the way. I think she's trying to put me off, aren't she? If she puts me off, I'll make a mistake with this, and guess who's got to clean it up, so... Right then, so... Where's your lowest screw? If I give it a quick wiggle, like I'm laying a brick. Alright, so we'll just go for one middle-ish.
Right, hold it even there. Okay.
Okay.
Another one.
That'll probably do for now, because we might have to correct these a little bit to sort of conform to there. Right, so should we go for your one along there now? Yeah. So I was going to leave them long and then cut them all at once, but may as well cut it now, won't we?
I don't need the mask on when I'm cutting this because I don't breathe.
You do safety holding your breath, don't you?
Yeah. Fits.
Do you want me to do the glue?
You just doing a little bit in the middle.
Yeah, just a little. Lost you again, do you want me to?
It's not the best end, is it?
Let's take a bit of wibble wobble.
Wibble wobble wibble wobble. Jelly on the plate.
Give it a wibble wobble. Oh, I didn't mean the wood. I'm not sure if we cocked up with this one to get it in, but give it a try. Ah, like a glove. How's it fit at the top, John?
Yes, perfect.
Is it?
Yeah. Because I marked it.
Who cut that one?
Me?
Right, so that looks better, doesn't it? Bit stronger, no rotty bits. Right, what we're going to do is just do a rough cut now along the top. And then we'll finalise the top of them internal planks. Once the beam's in, then we can match them then, can't we? Right, let's cut the tops off. Right, Gemma's organising another sponsor. Aren't you, Gem?
Yes.
Right, so we might be getting a few sponsors coming up, so bear with us, because you know, bow work's expensive. Big Bow, you always find yourself working at the most crappiest of positions. Right, so here's the beam height. It's gonna go, just put a straight edge across there now. It's gonna hack it off to there. And then when we leave, we can sheet over it quite easy, so it's good. So what's the natural progression now? We'll just be having this talk. You don't need these aren't doing much. Keep taking bits away without putting them back. So I think what we need to do is try and, what can we put back the soonest? And we think it's this beam now along here. So if we take this beam out, then we can put our nice new beam in. Well, to do that, we need to get rid of this really, because our new beam is going to come beyond up to the doorway.
But will the wheelhouse fall on our head?
Technically now the wheelhouse is sat sort of on this bulkhead. This bulkhead's taken a lot of load, so it's going through this beam and then through the bulkhead. I mean, it's not taking that much, but I think what Gemma pointed out earlier, I'll look through her. So here's our wheelhouse floor here. So the wheelhouse floor has been held up with these beams. So if we put some supports, because we know down below here we've got some good engine bearers, so if we put some supports in these, temporary, and we'll take that beam out and then we can lower that down. And
then we've got a support there as well. But as we know, these technically aren't really doing much because they're not even on.
No.
This is just dead weight hanging off the wheelhouse, isn't it?
Yeah, it's making the wheels heavier.
So it's dragging it down.
Yeah. So let's see if we can find some material to wedge under here, going down to the engine bearers, just as a precaution, and then we'll try and get this beam out. Right, I found a prop, nice bit of oak, kicking around. Right, it's going underneath this deck beam here. That's closest to the outside of the wheelhouse. That's where like the building's pushing down the most. Right, let's try and take this beam out. We just tried to get one of the fixings out, but they're pretty stuck in. So I'm going to start with chiseling away at the beam.
So they just...
Go on.
No, that tool scares the life out of me. Yeah, it's not going to be easy because it's got another million fixings in it, and I'd say they're rusty as anything. But maybe I'll try and get the multi-tool up. Yeah. But yeah, maybe we just chisel and hopefully it's rotten and it just falls away.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have a go with that. Oh, it's a bit windy outside.
How's your tent getting on?
If we had water, we'd be going about 1 knot with that sail now.
Okay.
Have we come off the roof yet?
Right, now just keep putting more on it. Yeah. Go. Still screwed. So that's come away, so you have to be a little bit more aggressive.
Want me to like get the multi-tool off? You just dropped all my chisels out.
Yeah, but that's a good sound.
Oh. Clear there.
Some funny creaky noises going on.
So we need to sort of cut it or take that down first.
So there's no like beating around the bush. Our beam goes all the way under there and then sort of comes out here. So we need to get rid of this. It's not actually doing anything. It's actually hindering us more than it's doing anything. There's a lot of wind out there.
Yeah.
Probably not the most best day when the wheels are probably trying to force its way left and right, let's get rid of this crap.
I think this looks the most scary because it's like big and chunky, but actually when you analyse it, it's not doing nothing.
There's that bit. Oh yeah, it's sat on there, look. It's sat on there, which that's on top of the beam. So that should be way there. Yes. Check that out.
Look at this headspace. So the beam goes behind these, but we don't really need this channel. But we'll just cut it off and then we can get the beam off, and then our new beam can sit on top of them if we want to keep it.
Cool, multi-tool time?
Yeah.
So yeah, here's the end of the beam now. So I think, and our beams are actually wider than stock. So I think if we just sort of cut along here for now, then that gives our new beam somewhere to land on, doesn't it? And also these uprights here, might replace them, might not, for something prettier and a bit more structural, because obviously the end of the beam is being pushed down then, straight down into the engine bearers down there. So so we'll start by just cutting that to get this beam away, and then we'll start offering up our new beam. It's howling. It's a bit of a weird day to be doing this really, but can't be done, isn't it?
As long as it doesn't fall on my head.
Yeah.
I just can't believe like the headroom here with them big blocks.
Yeah, it is actually, yeah. And when this is at its proper height, it's gonna be ace, it's gonna be good, right.
Bend it.
Just get your lever under this bit. There now. Just have a camera here.
Hold on with it. Hold on. Bend it back a bit. Hold on. Stay there. There's just a screw at the top. Okay. There you go.
It was a beauty. We've got some of the old split screen going on.
Oh, we could do like one of them videos, like them music videos, you know, where like they can't see each other behind the wall.
Or that blind date.
I don't know where you are. Oh. Okay, well, am I at a risk of like a projectile nail flying at me? Ow!
Yeah, okay, it's probably...
Okay, I can see that.
So if I get them to there...
You get them to there and then I can just give me the claw hammer.
Yeah. Right, so look on the other side. Okay.
Broke it. Well, you've broke it.
I broke it.
So,
I think it was already broken, wasn't it?
when we originally exposed this wall quite a long time ago, I said I want to varnish it all up and have it all shiny. And I think what we're trying to do is we're trying to hold on to too much of the original boat. Do you know, from like World War II spec. So I think the plan with the bulkheads and the one at the front is I'm gonna put more planking on, like a Roco or something, so it's an actual nice finished interior wall, instead of trying to hold on too much to the past, because it's not the best. It's got a million holes in.
It'll still be there, won't it?
Yeah, it's structural, but we'll take out all the rot and then we'll recover it with some nice fresh Iroko planking. And what we'll do is when we put the planking on is we'll do it that way, so then it's got like 4 layers of like double diagonal, because we're going to do this side and we'll do the other side as well. And then when we come to actually put an interior in, we'll have a nice sort of varnished Iroko wall.
Which will look cool, won't it?
Yeah. Because when you see like the beams, how the beams are varnished, that's what inspired me to like carry on that sort of wooden varnish theme inside. Right, where are we up to then?
So all that was really holding the wheelhouse down was like these screws going into the top of the beam. So them screws went into a piece of like, let's say like 1 inch by 1 inch, 25 by 25. And then this ply then is fixed onto there, then that's fixed onto there. So it wasn't working that structurally well, but we can definitely put this back better, which is good. Right, so we're going to cut all these screws off now that we don't need, and then we'll start offering up our new beam. Do you think I should specify next time cut it straight?
Why are you keeping laughing? It was only so we can get access to some fixings that are behind there.
Okay. Right, one next to it. Do you have your hammer in the way then?
Yeah.
Okay, one high, about that. Okay. Right, so this is genuinely the first time, so let's see if she goes close. Ta-da! No hands. Right, so obviously that needs to go up and over the beam shelf. But it fits nice along, well it doesn't actually, that is pushing up ever so slightly, but it's sagging at the moment. That goes nice along the wheelhouse, the wheelhouse, and it sits nicely on these two uprights here, which are assisting us at the moment just to keep it up. So Gemma's walking above me at the moment, hopefully she's making a lovely brew. But yeah, it's good.
One brew, can't guarantee it's lovely.
Yeah, one crappy cup of tea.
Wow.
So did we mention that we've not varnished these or anything yet?
Well, it's obvious we've not varnished them, isn't it?
Why didn't you varnish them?
Because the varnish takes like a week to dry, and we haven't got a week. So these are all going to get done in place. And then Simon won't be as panicked about scratching me varnish as he's been panicking with the other 12. So yeah. These will all get done in place. But wow, yeah. So do you know what also that goes to show?
Go on.
That our form and everything was correct. And that they're in the right shape, because it follows the bulkhead lovely.
Have you been panicking about that?
When you start at the front and then you've got to meet another thing at the beginning, in the back of our head it is like, what happens if we have got it wrong and when we come to meet we're like that, and then we have to put a step in the deck?
I only thought that's what happens when they're building tunnels. They're going from France to England, and like, I bet they're like, everyone at the end is like, wow, oh my god, we did it.
So that's a big relief, really, isn't it? And it goes to show that what we've done there is right.
Well, it's not. Well, yes and no. So now what we need to do is do our notchy at that end, which is going to be the awkward bit. But if we get it wrong, it's fine, because we've left quite a lot of meat on it there, so we can actually slide it down a bit. So no need to overthink it, have we?
No, that looks really good though.
Does look cool, doesn't it? But they look better. Right, so we got this in. It's been in and out probably twice. We had a little bit of rubbish underneath here, but the tolerances are that tight to get it in it. Does that make sense? So now we've got it wedged up now to the right height. So we're on our 150mm string line mark. So we know height-wise we're good, but obviously we need to still go up and over this beam shelf first. So I'm gonna have a mess around with my little scribe for a while and then get it cut. But luckily there's not actually that much to cut out of it. So we need to cut the angle on it, then we need to, once the angle's in, then there's gonna be like a little sort of bird's mouthy wedgy bit there, so it's good. Cut a little bird's mouth, bit of an angle, wedgy bit. Now all we've got to do is get that up there. Hopefully we can get it in, because it's going to be a bit awkward. It's going to have to go in like that, lift it up, and then trying to park in there, but tolerances are quite tight. Okay, let me just, I'll tell you what, actually, let's see if this actually fits. I'll go high now. Well, that's quite a good joint, that. Right. Got my comedy hammer, which I haven't used for a while. We're in, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Accomplished face.
And one cut. Getting good at these.
Come on, show Mr. Camera people. And I don't want to show off, but that's quite good. Smug face. Is that a smug face?
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Well, that's pretty cool. That. What do you think?
It is. So I think the next big head scratcher that we've got is when we put this beam in, and the little short one behind you, that big massive chunk that we took out of here before, technically they need to go back in. So how are we joining from a new beam here to a new beam there?
Originally, the boat had another set of beams going across here. They've obviously cut them out because of the wheelhouse. These big beams here were only here because Serinda used to have a gun on her, didn't she, in World War II? We haven't got a gun anymore, so we don't need to double these up. So we're going to be putting these back in as short beams. I think we're going to come a bit longer with these beams. It'll sort of carry the wheelhouse a bit better. But like they haven't done here, there's nothing to carry at the end of the beam. So what we need to do is, what the plan is when we replace this one, and obviously we're in the middle of replacing this one now, is these big, chunky Iroko beams are going to go across there. The reason they're going to go across there is to increase head height, because the boat is the deck's lower at this part of the boat, so you want to be able, as you walk through that door there, you want to be able to walk in quite nicely. So yeah, we need to get these in there. Then this beam here then is going to carry the end of this beam. So all the beams stay flat. You know, we like our beams to be in right, don't we? So how are we gonna join this to these beams? And if you know as well, we're not very good at doing woodworky stuff. So, but what I have got is a mortiser. Very quickly used it in the workshop the other day, and it seems quite simple. So I think we might do a test piece on an off-cut deck beam. We'll do some mortising on that, and then what we need to do is make a big decision on where this beam has got to go. Then we'll take this beam out, then we'll mortise the bulkhead beam. Hopefully that makes sense. There's not often I get nervous. Not nervous, apprehensive. Do you know what I mean? So what we've done now is we've marked. No, we've done more stuff off camera. Haven't we? We've decided on the position, haven't we, on where these beams are going.
Yeah, because obviously these ones that we took out are quite central in the boat, and that was for the gun and stuff. Well, actually, they wouldn't hold up a paper bag really. But obviously our longitudinals that we put in down the boat, that run every sort of 4 foot. So you got your centre one, you got your 4 foot, that one. The big chunk that we need to put in, I want it, instead of it being inset into the boat like the last ones were, we're gonna outset it a bit so it runs on the same line, because by doing that as well, it's gonna support the very edge of the deck. So our big, huge Iroko chunks,
which is overkill, by the way.
because also we can't get the longitudinals to continue all the way down because they need to go in from above, and obviously we've got a big wheelhouse above us. So now we can transition from the longitudinals, they'll finish on this last beam that we've got to put in, and then from this one will be tied in to that big Iroko that will then tie this one, and this one all together. So we think that is the best and strongest way of doing it, and also it'll visually look awesome because like the longitudinals are all in line all the way down the boat. Now we need to work out how to fix this into that.
Hence the apprehension.
That was a long explanation.
That was fine. No, it's good. It's good. Right, okay, so here's my headspace now. It's always good to understand someone's head. Right, so we've marked our centre line. Basically, that's been on the strings. We've done it more precise anyway, blah, blah, blah. So if we put... So the tool we've got to do it is a mortiser. That basically drills a square hole, doesn't it? We know that. So if we could have a nice big sort of square hole along here, okay? Well, then that'll take the strength out of the beam. So how about a square hole going across like that?
That's not a square hole, that's a rectangle hole.
How about we have a rectangle hole around there like that? Okay, so if we have a rectangle hole, then it's not really going to take too much strength out of the beam. But I watch a lot of wooden boat builders and stuff like that. I've never really seen anybody do it like that.
Because it's probably the wrong way.
Because it's probably the wrong way, but I've got a very sort of, I grew up with Lego, do you know what I mean? It's sort of like a structural mind. I can see the weaknesses, the pluses and minuses, and what we need to do is figure out what is this beam actually carrying. So this big Iroko beam, which is massively overkill, all it's doing really is carrying the end of this beam, which has never been carried in the past 40 years.
So it's only technically more decorative than structural, and we don't want to take loads of structural bits out of the big beams.
Yeah, I think the main structural area that I want to keep as strong as possible is this beam going across here. So I don't want to come all the way down. Do you know what I mean? So I'd rather come sort of that way.
It's just to get a nice join into the two pieces to fit together, isn't it?
Yes.
More than, yeah, right. I don't understand how the mortise works, so do you want to come show me?
Right. So I think we've got some nice offcuts of these beams, so we'll go and test the mortise on this, because I was just using a bit of scrap at work the other day. I had to carry it over as well, over the mud. Where's my son? Right, come on then, let's go. Somebody's put a beam there, by the way. And it's not even had the edges radiused either. Oh my god, I've actually knocked it out.
Hello? That was a big hit also while he was carrying that really heavy mortise. Are you okay?
Yes, brilliant, thanks for asking. So I bought this tool as part of a job lot of loads of tools ages ago. You know, when someone comes up to me and goes, "Do you want to buy all these tools?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then Gemma's like, "What are you going to use that for?" Well, there you go. Not a clue how to use it. That goes up and down. You press the button, and then it'll drill it technically. So I'll just look now. This is like tiny. This is only 16 mil. So that's probably not a big enough notch, is it? So Gemma pointed out that maybe we could actually go, we could step it side to side. We haven't got a clue, have we? So Should we take the two middle bits out?
Yeah.
Do you think? So we've got one of our lovely offcuts. Obviously this one's varnished and not. So if we set this to, it's been notchy. We set that to like there and put the stop against it now. Do you think I'm doing it right?
I don't know.
Let's see what happens. Ready? Right, professionals now, that's fine. So if we did that, like, so double width there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with that, that's great.
Well, can we do it full scale?
No,
Yeah, and then because we need to work out to do a full scale peg.
just too long.
How'd you get the willy to go in the dolly?
Oh, you do that on the saw top. On the motor saw. You can set a stop on it. So it'll cut so deep, and then we'll just cut a square. I'm confident with that. That's
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you're going to cut
I'm going to do that, yeah.
a 2x2 into here. 2x2.
What do you think? Or do you want to go 3x2? I'm thinking 3x2.
Yeah, it's quite skinny, isn't it, for the
Yeah.
size of that?
I mean, I would get your advice from home.
But by the time you watch this, we've done it and it's all fitted,
And
and
you're
we're having cocktails on the foredeck.
Yeah. Yeah, because obviously you only watched this 10 years after, so...
No, we do real-time updates to our patrons. So today the patrons will know what we've been up to, also for YouTube members and our coffee monthly members. So if you do want to see what happens in real time
yeah.
and help us and give us a bit of advice, come over and join. So you think now we're going full scale on this?
Full send.
On my good beam.
Yeah, it's fine.
Come on then, let's do it.
Oh, so you missed the middle bit.
I know, I'm making like a fancy Japanese, like, no, in essence. So yeah, we wanted to go bigger to span 2 laminates. So I'm going to cut the middle out now. And then we need to get the big block and make the pointy thing that goes into the hole thing. Square hole.
Excellent.
Did I go deep enough?
I always have that problem.
Right, give that a little file. So someone actually sent us a file. Now this is a proper file. Look, it does like, it's got horses on it.
Is it a hoofing file?
Look at it. It's a proper rasp. So, try that. Does it fit? Oh, perfect. So we need to make a bit that goes in there from your Simon's big bit of hardwood.
Yeah.
So
It is a beautiful piece of wood, this.
it is. Look.
I'm not really one of them sort of perverts on wood, but it's gorgeous.
Gorgeous piece of wood. So put it on there, and then I'm going to use some copper spray paint and spray up to mark the hole, because that was the easiest way we could think of doing it.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, if this was a house, then it would just be like, oh, big nails, whack it in, doesn't really matter, does it? Why have we picked a boat? It's like, it's all got to be nice and perfect. Very time consuming.
Why didn't we build a chateau?
Yeah, we should have built a chateau. God, do you watch him? I can't remember his actual name, but
Dan.
Dan, yeah, that's right. So, Escape to Rural France. He doesn't need any more subscribers. He's got millions, but I really like watching him. So I've just noticed now there's a crack in there. So, we'll use the other end. So I'm just going to go and freshen up the other end, and then we'll do that.
Okay, so it's all lined up. So this is the top.
So you reckon the spray paint's going to work there?
I don't know.
This is quite fun doing what we do, because we just sort of, don't know, we just go for it, don't we? Right, Gemma's going to spray it. You got to shake your can first.
thought you said shit me can.
Think you can.
Right, copper's the brightest colour I can find.
Well, like, 'cause it doesn't match this, does it? Just try it on the end of here where we're going to cut it off.
Oh yeah. You ready?
Go on then. Okay.
I don't know.
Is that enough? It'll take about 10 years to go off that. Not this thick. I don't know. Is it enough? Guess we're going to find out.
Well, you got
I don't want us to. It's going to just dribble everywhere.
It is. You can't dribble on this.
Really?
Oh.
Leo's going to be copying us on his next boat. Sort of see where you wanted it to be, but no, that's not good enough. That.
Right, should we do a take two? Clean it off.
Yeah, should we just pretend this never happened?
Cut.
How's she looking?
Yeah.
Right, so I'll let Gemma have an idea for a very quick second. Didn't quite go to plan, so she's on a ban at the moment. So what I'm going to do now... Well, your copper's almost dry, look. Oh, there's loads of drips under here as well. So, I'm going to get my Sharpie. I know everybody loves me using Sharpie to do woodworking stuff. And I'm going to draw around. Right, there you go. So now, do I mark like what?
Oh yeah.
That's good. Okay, I'm happy with that. So if this was in SolidWorks now, right, all you do is drag the end of that now, right, and just pull it down, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So we'll know what SolidWorks is. I've never used it, but
we're in real life, so
we're in real life, so we're gonna have to figure out how to do it in the real world. I think you need the grinder.
yeah.
I don't know why I've just passed it in me, because every time I do it, it goes like derails, but is it that way?
Which way's the trigger?
There.
That's the way you stand then.
Yeah? Right, that's pretty close. I think we'll go in with a big hammer.
Would you want to go in it with a tight knock, or do you want it to be?
Look at that, that's like got it already. I know what everyone's thinking at home, it's like it's a bit sloppy there, but does it really matter? That's that stupid robe we saw. We spent ages setting it up, setting the depth, but every time you lift it up and down, it changes its depth, and it's like...
Sorry?
What?
It's just an expansion gap.
It's an expansion gap. Every woodworker needs a good old expansion gap, don't they?
Yeah, but side to side, it's tight.
Yeah, it's great.
Actually needs a little bit more. Just give it another little sand and that'll go in.
Yeah, because we want this to go in and out relatively easy, because this is going to go in and out a few times when we're lining, when we're notching this. Oh my god, we've got to notch them as well. Right, cool. Woodworking's frustrating.
Oh, yes. There you go. That's how you make a square hole.
It's not as easy as it looks on the telly, this.
Are we woodworkers now?
Not very good ones. Right, so I think our mortise and tenon is acceptable. I think it's something like you'd get from the early learning centre or something like that, but my first tenon anyway, so we're running with it. Right, so earlier on we marked where we need to cut the beam back so I don't bang my head on it. It's been a rough day, like, it's hard work today. Right, so we're going to cut that, and then we're going to fit the beam, and then we're going to put our little pokey bit somewhere safe until we actually need to pull it up. Is that the plan, Jem? We're getting tired, aren't we? Well, I'm getting tired, aren't I?
Yeah, we are getting tired. It's been a long one today.
It's been a long one. And especially when you're doing stuff like this, you're a bit overwhelmed, aren't you? You're a bit like, oh my god, don't know what I'm doing. But who gives a thingy? Right, let's go and cut it, and then we'll fit the beam. And then when the beam's fitted, we're going to put glue on it, and we're going to screw it all together. It's going to be beautiful.
And then I'm going to paint my beam shelf.
You're going to paint your beam?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice tight fit.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Now we can put that somewhere safe now.
You put that somewhere safe.
Okay. We'll put it over here.
Yeah.
Where we definitely will find it next time. Okay. Okay.
Do you want to leave it there as it is now and get the glue in? So you know it fits.
We do know it fits, don't we?
Not unless it's grown. Even the bottom.
Well, the weather's not helping.
Getting wet. That weather turned a bit, didn't it?
Yeah. Cold as well.
So the rain picked up that bad then. It got everything a little bit wet, but not too bad. But too wet for me to start painting the beam shelf. So we're going to go home and have a nice night off. So thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget, if you can like and subscribe and leave us a lovely comment, we'd really appreciate it. So we'll see you all next week, where I think we'll definitely be doing more work onto the wheelhouse.